Hello, dear Sagittarius. How are you all? This is Kathy from Divine Debut. Thank you for being here for your divine spread for the 1st till the 15th of April of 2020. Okay, let's see what is happening for you and in your life, dear Sagittarius. Thank you also for being here, for supporting my channel, and for liking and sharing and subscribing. Let's take your Karma Dharma position, and we have Temperance, which is also Sagittarian, and Temperance does speak about hope, healing, patience, and that the divine is with you. Temper yourselves for those of you that are wanting to spread your wings, and we know that Sagittarius is also about worldly matters. At this time, the angels are saying that you need to temper yourselves and wait for the right time to be able to do that. Okay, we know that Temperance does speak of faith, and it is the angels. This card just fell out, the Knight of Pentacles, which does show slow and steady movement forward. Some of you may be dealing with a Virgo, as I see the Knight of Pentacles as Virgo mainly, could be any other earth sign, and again you may have this in your charts. Three of Pentacles, just looking at the top card, Three of Pentacles is all about expansion. We know that your ruling planet Jupiter is also about expanding, but you know, Jupiter is not that strong as it's transiting through the sign of Capricorn. It is going to meet up exactly in about 4 or 5 days from now. So there's going to be massive transformation, rebirth, as Pluto is all about that. Major change on a collective scale, as these times are quite life-changing. I have been saying from a while ago that we are writing the books of history at this time, so I want to say we should be happy to be alive. Now, I know we're going to come out of this soon, so keep the hope that healing will come through the divine, okay, on a collective scale, but also on your personal, in your personal life. Let's take the divine spread and see what's at the bottom of the reading. Nine of Wands. This is the area of where the reading stems from. Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands could be someone that is keeping you out of their life. Someone who has put up a wall. Now this could also be you, of course, as there is much that you're dealing with. We know that Wands can be close to being that 10, which is could be a burden. There's a lot that we're all dealing with at this time. Nine of Wands is also someone that's been put through the mill, someone who's had a lot of hardship, and this is where you're coming from. Let's see what is hidden for you in the position of what you don't know. And we have the Hanging Man, Pisces, and the Hanging Man is all about some sort of an ending. I do feel that this sacrifice will come to an end very soon, as Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, and the Hanging Man could speak of an illusion trying to be enlightened by the divine as well, because the Hangman usually has that halo, so he's trying to maybe see things from a different point of view. Some of you could be dealing with Piscean energy. If this is just the archetype, the energy, let's say it's, you know, this is coming to an ending. That's what I see here with the Hanging Man. It's asking for a little bit more sacrifice. What about in the recent past? Ace of Swords. Something to do with clarity, a successful new beginning, communication. And this could also speak of severing ties with whatever has been hard for you. This is clarity. This is the ingenious mind, some sort of a perception that's going to, that you've got an idea up your sleeve. That's what I feel here with this Ace of Swords. Maybe it's about truth, about your truth, as you are the sign that likes the truth. Okay, so let's see in the now position. We have the Five of Swords. Some sort of competitive, conflictual energies that are around you. We do have 6 swords altogether. I believe that this sword is some sort of an advantageous energy that you have over other people, as we know that the Five of Swords can be being in a conflict, a perception of a conflict, or words, difficult thoughts, difficult conversations that you are having with others, dear Sagittarius, at this time. And over here we see with the Five of Swords, and we know that fives are always about change, but it looks as though these people have given up as you're showing your strength in the mind at this time. Also, your words are very strong. Now, you may be dealing with another air sign that you may be wanting to have a new beginning with, or if this is someone that you've put up a wall towards them, you're trying to keep them out as you have sacrificed a lot. Could be you are close to an ending, because we've got 6 swords here, which means leaving the difficult past and leaving on to calmer waters. Let's see what's on your mind. And you have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is all about our monetary situation, anything that is of value to us. Now, this could be something that you've been investing in. This could also be competition where money, business is concerned. It looks like you've been dealing with fierce competition here, and there is at this time you are taking a break, as we all are. This is a very good thing for you at this time. You need this time to focus on where you're going to invest, what you're going to invest in. And we know that with the Seven of Pentacles, if this is also a relationship and you've invested, maybe could be 7 years, could be 7 months, you are really looking at it and wondering whether it's worth investing any more time or energy into. So let's see what the action and advice is. And we've got the Chariot, and the Chariot is anything to do with home. This is overcoming obstacles. We know that the North Node is in the sign of Cancer, so we are dealing with family issues, things to do with the past, as the Cancer energy here is all about the past. Cancer is also about nurturing. For those of you that haven't been looked after, nurtured, loved, you may be needing to get out of a situation, out of a family situation that you've invested quite a bit, you've sacrificed a lot. Now, with the Five of Swords, we usually see 3 people in a situation. So for those of you that have stepped out of a commitment, as we know that Pisces can be clandestine relationships, some of you are seriously looking at the situation. And we know that the Chariot is movement. So some of you could be deciding that the newness, and this could even be a relationship from the past that's coming back from the past, right? Some of you are hoping to move towards that, as Temperance can also speak of foreigners, foreign places, people from different cultures. If there has been a lack of communication, as someone has put up their wall, this is obviously saying to me that there are things that are on hold at this time, but that will come to a completion. And this is very fated, overcoming obstacles, moving away from a place of instability, as with the Five of Swords here. You are in a place of instability right now, and you're very conflicted about being open with your truth or not, as we know that the Five of Swords can be very cutting, very hurtful. Let's take the outcome card for you, and we've got the Death card, and the Ace of Swords is actually looking down here in this deck. Now, the Death card does speak of something coming to a halt, something finishing up its time. the time came up when something needed to transform, and this is very fated. And we know that Scorpio, the death card, Scorpio is all about transformation and change. Scorpio is also money from other sources, money from your partner, sharing on a very deep level. Now, some of you could be on the cusp with Scorpio, but I do feel that you're going through major change here. This is very Plutonian. Pluto and Jupiter coming together in the sign of Capricorn is bringing major change for you. And the North Node in Cancer, which is what we should be heading towards. Let's take the divine position. What does Spirit want you to know? And we have the Six of Cups, and as I was saying, a relationship from the past or a soulmate connection that you feel is, this person is very familiar to you, even though for some of you this could be someone new in your life. Nevertheless, this is a card of trust. This is a card of children and innocence as well. Maybe this is the new bond, and as I said, someone coming back from the past. It could be someone that you were connected to in a very familiar way, someone that felt like family to you. This could be the soulmate connection, and that's why we've got this major transformation happening for you. Now, for those of you that are leaving some sort of a conflictual relationship in the past, as you've sacrificed a lot, and maybe this is just, it's all about, cycles. I do feel that you are going for what your calling is, dear Sagittarius, and that's why we've got the Death card here. You are in the driver's seat here, okay? You are taking action. You're starting to, if not physically right now, metaphorically, intellectually, spiritually, you are on the chariot and you're trying to, forge ahead. Maybe, and we know that usually, a thought begins and then we take the physical action. So I do feel that that's where you're at. What's at the bottom of the deck? We have the Eight of Swords, and this is a card of being bound, restricted. This could also be a card of fears as well. So for those of you that are dealing with an air sign, I do feel that they have the indication, the inkling that you may be moving on. And the Eight of Swords is a card of fear. They feel trapped, okay? There's a lot of fear here. And we usually feel trapped when we don't know what's going on. And this blindfold is saying exactly that. What's beneath here? Seven of Cups, many choices. Again, Pisces, illusion. You may have been dealing with someone that was trying to make you not be able to see that there is an escape route here. You may have been dealing with someone that was quite narcissistic, someone that was building the fear within you and not letting you move freely. And we know that Sagittarius is all about freedom, and this is a huge time of awakening and change for you, dear Sag. Let's take another layer. Let's take the Mystical Manga Tarot. For those of you that are interested in the decks I'm using, they are in the description box below. 3 cards just opened up. I'll show you. The top card is the Sun, which can speak of Leo. The Sun can speak of true love, clarity, and children. Also a risk-taking. First of all, I want to have a look at this Eight of Swords, the general energy. Why are you feeling trapped? What thoughts are circulating, and what conversations, and what are these swords about? And we have the Hermit, and the Hermit is someone who is trying to be enlightened about a situation. They have taken a step back. The Hermit is Virgo. Some of you could be dealing with a Virgo. Virgo is all about looking at the details. This is a time of connecting to spirit. A lot of you are turning inwards, just like we do in retrograde times. This is like as though we're moving through a retrograde. We are redirecting, redoing, repeating maybe cycles of the past, but I feel as though right now we're coming out of this, as this seclusion, this lockdown is something much bigger than what we've been dealing with in the past. So the Hermit is someone who is enlightened. This could be a spiritual teacher as well. Some of you could be someone that people seek advice from. So what you are doing, and I just dropped the Three of Pentacles. I didn't say where I was going to put it. So Three of Pentacles is a collaboration. Again, threes could also mean a love triangle around a work situation. Nevertheless, the Hermit is someone who is also preparing before the changes come in with that Wheel of Fortune. So let's take this Nine of Wands at the base of your reading. And we have the Fool. And the Fool is Aries, but it's also wanting to take a risk, wanting to start a new journey. This is a new cycle that you're in. Now we know that Aries, it is the time of Aries right now, so we're all starting a new cycle. Dear Sagittarius, I feel as though even though you had put your walls up, you're now ready to take a risk. You're ready to expand. As soon as you have the green light, you're off, and a lot of you are starting a brand new life here. A brand new sense of new life, and you are going to be the warrior, okay? You're not going to be standing in your fear as with the Nine of Wands here, okay? Let's take that Hanging Man. And we have the Four of Wands. So this could be right about what I was saying about someone stepping out of a marriage. This could mean the ending of a marriage, as there's been so many sacrifices, and someone cannot stay in this energy of the Hangman for too long. For others of you, this is a taking time out, maybe even soul searching with the Hermit. I'm going to take a card on the Death card first of all, as I want to see what this Death card is all about. For those of you that have been waiting for a new start in your life, for those of you that have sacrificed a lot, as your beliefs are in the constitution of marriage, your sacrifices could be paying off here. As the Death card, again, is Scorpio, and it is deep intimacy, deep connection, and it's also, you know, the house of partnership, where you share everything as you live together with your beloved. Let's take another card on the Death card, and we have the Eight of Swords again. Worried about change, worried about transformation. Of course, we know that that is never easy. Let's take another card, and there have been many lies here. Someone is worried about the lies coming into focus, lies being shown. That's what I feel. If you've been dealing with an air sign, that's what I see here. As with the Death card, he's holding that Ace of Swords looking down. So that's why the transformation will be happening, because of truth not being told. Here we've got the hope for clarity and truth, and this may have been something that you found out in the recent past. Let's take another card, and we have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups, very similar to the Six of Cups here. What I feel is that many of you are worried about this change, and I'm thinking that for those of you that have been dealing in the past with someone that was not truthful, not trusting, if they were not trusting you, that was a reflection, as they may have been someone who was easily betrayed others. So I feel as though here the transformation could be talking about don't bring the past to your future. Leave it in the past. leave those worries and those feelings of distrust and imprisonment in the past, as if this is a new connection. And I was saying it could be someone from your past or a soulmate from another lifetime. Don't treat them in the way that you were treated in the past. That's what I want to say, as the Two of Cups is a divine union. Okay, dear Sagittarius. So let's have a look at this. The divine position, Six of Cups. And we have the King of Wands, which is your energy. King of Wands is someone that is, driven by their desires. This is someone who takes the initiative. King of Wands is the traveler, the worldly person, someone who cannot be tied down. King of Wands could be you, could be another Leo or another Aries. We do have the Aries card here. I think that King of Wands is someone who will go and fetch what they love, what they desire, and what they want to create in their lives. So this is beautiful. Let's take that Ace of Swords, as I want to see what that clarity is. Two of Pentacles. So Two of Pentacles is either making a choice, a big decision that you're going to, that you may have made to cut ties with the past, as we know that the Hanging Man can be quite sacrificial, as well as the Two of Pentacles. For those of you that have been doing so much trying to hold the fort in this relationship, your decision wasn't easy, obviously, as I think that your beliefs are changing at this time as well. Let's take one more card on that Two of Pentacles. And we have the Four. Someone obviously was holding back. Someone was not sharing and therefore not caring. We've got Six of Pentacles, which means some of you are moving into legalities. Let's take a look at that Five of Swords. So Four of Pentacles many times does speak of someone that is quite stingy. Stingy with their heart, stingy with their money. You're doing all the work here, and someone else, and this is also Earth. This is usually my Taurus card. Someone was holding back, whereas you were doing all the work here. And I want to say this is a connection from the past. Some of you have just not let this go. You're still holding on to that in the recent past. Five of Swords and Eight of Wands. Quickly moving away from this conflictual energy. This is also being conflicted. Whether you move towards what you desire or not at this time, it's not possible, obviously, the physical movement. But we know that these are messages, love messages. And I did say before that if there has been someone that has put up a wall and you haven't been able to communicate, I feel here that in the now, someone is willing to do this. They are conflicted about other matters, but I feel that with that Eight of Wands, the messages will be coming through. Mercury has also moved out of its shadow, so I do feel that messages and news are starting to come through here. Let's take a look at that Seven of Pentacles. What's that about? And we have the Page of Coins. Page of Coins is that message that is promising that someone is willing to put the work in this, in what you're building. So if I want to say that for those of you that have been dealing with someone that it was all about money instead of, valuing the person, they valued anything materialistic, then you're probably putting in the effort to move away from them. For others of you, this could be a message that is coming from someone that is willing to put in the work, or someone that you know around work, around your work scene. As we've got Eight Pentacles, and that does ring Virgo for me. Someone is looking at the details about how they can I feel leave this investment and start anew. Start investing on this Ace of Pentacles, which is being held here. Let's take that Chariot card. In the action and advice, and we have the King of Swords. Wow, King of Swords, King of Wands. We have two masculine energies here. We've got the Four of Wands, Eight of Wands, Two of Cups. We've got a lot about marriage. There is a lot showing a commitment here. Virgo has come up twice. Now the King of Swords, I feel, is a past partner. Now for those of you that are in a same-sex relationship, King of Swords is more than likely your past partner that you could be moving away from. Now the King of Swords, you also may be taking on this energy, dear Sagittarius, as you are severing ties with this Ace of Swords here. We know that for Sagittarius, Gemini is their 7th house of partnerships. That's where you can show up as the King of Swords. But I do feel that this is more than likely, as we do have the card of conflict, competition. Here we've also got a choice. Some of you, yes, this could be someone new that, or someone that you're wanting to start a new life with, someone that you've known from the past. Others of you may have a choice between a fire sign and an air sign, I'm going to say here. And more than likely, the air sign probably has got strong earth in their chart as well. I want to take one more card on the divine position here. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is the marriage card. We also have Scorpio here. I'm going to mention Scorpio as well, as the Two of Cups is sitting right on the card of Scorpio. So Ten of Pentacles, more earth here. Now this could be the card of family. As I was saying before, this Six of Cups, you could be dealing with someone that feels like family. And because we've got the Four of Wands here as well, I feel that for most of you, this could be mainly something, someone that comes along, the person that's going to be in your life. They could be someone that's quite financially stable, as the King of Wands is usually someone who is a business owner. And as I said here also, we've got Aries. So Leo or Aries, I would say, with the King of Wands, but also strong earth, which is Taurus or Virgo mainly. Now again, the Ten of Pentacles, because it speaks of family, and we do have the children here. The King of Wands is someone that obviously is, they've got the means, the financial means. So for those of you that are leaving the past in the past, you've got the monetary means to be able to provide for those children if you are leaving behind a committed partnership, marriage, or just a long-term relationship. I'm going to take one card on the Temperance. And we have the Knight of Coins. And I think the Knight of Coins fell out before, which is also slow and steady paced movement. But the Knight of Coins is my Virgo card. Let's take one more. As Temperance says, pace yourself, temper yourself, so does the Knight of Coins. We have the Page of Coins and the Knight of Coins here, so there is movement. And here we have the Six of Wands. Six of Wands can speak of ego, but it can also speak of success. Successfully getting to the shore, or expanding your wings, expanding your knowledge, expanding your love life. For some of you, this could even be an expansion of the waistline. And when I say waistline, I do mean pregnancy, as we do have the family card here. We've got the Two of Cups. We've also got the Four of Wands. So there is a very, very strong connection here. It's going to be very interesting as I'm going to take a look now at the Sibillas. I'd like to look at this King of Swords and the King of Wands. And we know that, you know, pages can also be children. The Page of Coins is an earth sign child. Let's take this King of Swords. We have the Vedovo, so the widower, someone who is mourning their past. We have the Casa, the house. And we have the pleasant conversations, or the conversation, no doubt. Interesting that we have the family card here with the Chariot, as the Chariot moves forward and overcomes obstacles, but also the North Node is facing, we're facing towards, moving towards family. What these cards are saying to me is stop sulking about the past. You're getting into a stable commitment, and this could also speak of a marriage, but this could also be support from the family, that you are mulling over the past, but there is support and security through family here and through stability, as well as emotional security. Let's take a look at this King of Wands here. So for those of you that are having some time between, you know, the past until you move into your future, as we know that transformation and change doesn't happen from one day to the other. The potential here is don't stay stuck in fear. Don't feel as though you are obligated to stay in a situation that keeps you bound and chained and you're not able to breathe. So the Two of Cups is your release. This is finding someone that will appreciate you, obviously. Let's take a look at this King of Wands. For those of you that are dealing with two different masculine energies, obviously we have the King of Swords and the King of Wands, and I will be taking also my handwritten cards and a Lightworker Oracle as a message from Spirit. Let's see what this King of Wands is all about. We have Dottore, and we do have the 13, which is also Scorpio. There is healing here, healing to do with matters of children and healing family issues, healing your financial situation as well here, as the Ten of Pentacles does speak of family, money, and so on. Let's take what else. We've got loyalty, fidelità, friendship, loyalty, and, you know, continuing to invest in something. That is what is giving you the healing here. So the loyalty will bring in the healing. That's what this card says to me, as these times with the prigione and the obligations can be quite difficult. Now the prigione is also Capricorn. So we are, yes, all those difficult energies are happening in the sign of Capricorn. So Capricorn does speak of being the elder, the wiser. It also speaks of anything to do around work and anything Saturnian, which is making you grow, making you mature. Let's take another card, as we know that this is a card of worry. And we do have the card of Speranza. So yeah, Speranza is the card of hope, not feeling bound and chained by a situation. Maybe physically you feel chained at this time, but I'm going to say spiritually, putting your faith into spirit and knowing that the divine plan is going to bring you to something much more serene, something much more abundant, as we do have the Ten of Pentacles here. The King of Wands is someone who strives for what they desire. They're very creative in their ideas as well. So whatever difficulties with this this prigione, and this could also be legalities. This could also be dealings with the law. Keep the hope that things will work out. And we know that the speranza can also be a card of fear, so don't get stuck in that. Okay, let's take some messages now from my handwritten cards. Let's take a look at this Knight of Swords, which most of you are more than likely moving away from. Now, for some of you that have had issues with this Knight of Swords, it looks as though he's very thoughtful here. He is processing a lot, as with a Hermit card here. Some of you could be overcoming the obstacles, and maybe this is a new start in some of your relationship. Let's have a look at what his message is. Because this seems as though this is a person that is very much stuck in the past. But this could be someone also, and we know that Cancerians do need that nurturing and that extra care. But Cancer is also a sign that deals with the past. So this could be anything around family. Let's take the message from the King of Swords. And we are so different, and I don't know if this could ever work out. I don't know what to do. That's the message that he is bringing. Let's take another card, as this is sort of leaving things up in the air. We come from two very different worlds, but we can overcome this with our love, he says. So this is obviously someone that could be at a distance to you. Let's see what the King of Wands has to say. Now, these messages will not resonate with everyone, okay, as these are specific messages. Let's look at the King of Wands. I'm sorry for not trusting you, but I've been hurt before, says the King of Wands. So there have been trust issues, obviously, which you probably will be healing, dear Sagittarius, as with the card of Speranza and Hope. It does remind me very much of the Temperance card. Okay, let's see what Spirit has to say for you, dear Sagittarius. Archangel Michael, please guide me. Sagittarius, what do they need to know beginning till mid-April 2020 or there, roughly? And we have paradigm shift, and we have a door that's opening. Paradigm shift, and we surely are in a paradigm shift, no doubt. Let's see. Number 4, and 4 is all about home. You do have the 4 of Wands right here. 4 is all about home. 4 of Pentacles is there as well. You are undergoing radical growth in your belief systems. Remember, I did say that before about your beliefs could be changing. Now is the time to challenge old attitudes and question previous expectations. You are in an extraordinary time. Great leaps forward can be made in a moment. The world you thought you knew can suddenly break open, and a new world can become your reality. That is beautiful. I love that message for you. So this is you going with the flow, no doubt, especially with the Temperance card here. You are holding on to, you're holding the hand of Spirit here, and you are moving towards something brand new, dear Sagittarius. So that is beautiful. That is a divine message for you, no doubt. All right, I want to thank you so much. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your support, for liking, sharing, and subscribing. If this did not resonate, do not hesitate to watch your moon and your rising signs, as well as your Mars if you're a male, if you're a female, your Venus, and your North Node for those of you that are familiar with your birth charts. All right, talk to you soon.